This is an introduction to WeVideo. This is a video editing software that integrates with Google Drive, and this has been updated for April 2021. Students would go to wevideo.com, click login in the top right corner, log in with Google. Click on their account. Now, to begin a new project, they would choose whether it's horizontal, square, or vertical. I'm just going to go ahead and click on horizontal. And then I always recommend giving it a name up in the top left corner. That should be one of the first things students do. And right now I'm just going to show how to add text and background. So if you click on the text option, this is for the premium, but we're going to go with all free options. If you click on static and then drag and drop a text box into the video timeline, that's how you would be able to add text. You would put your pointer on it, make sure you click on it, and then use the pencil to edit. And then from here, what you would do is you would type in what you need to type, and you have different options as far as fonts and whatnot. You can choose different colors, transparency, etc. So from here, what you can do is save the changes. We're just going to go with that. And then we're going to add a background to it as well by clicking on backgrounds. And you've got all of these free backgrounds that you can add. What I'm going to do is drag that to go into video one. So essentially what happens is if I play right now, you'll see the text appear with the background in the background. Okay, so you need to make sure whatever appears on top, that should be layered on top. And you can click and drag the ends to make it so that they start and stop at the same time. So then the next thing that we're going to cover is how to add different images. So we're going to incorporate some multiple file formats. So for example, let's say I wanted to demonstrate how to, how to show gravity. So what I might do, I might search for Google Images and have some different objects to fall toward the earth. So I recommend using tools, color, and transparent. That'll be a really neat effect for students. What they would have to do is they would have to save the image in order to make it work. Anyway, from here, students can add images by clicking over to the My Media tab up at the top, and they would click Import, browse to select, and then they could choose the object that they added. Now, to add it to the timeline, what they would have to do is they would simply have to drag it into WeVideo. Now, you have two video options as the default. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click the plus sign toward the bottom left corner and add a few more. All right, so video 3, video 4, video 5, so that we have different layers. So then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag and drop some images that I have saved. I saved them in the same exact way that I saved the rock just now. So for example, I'm going to have here, there's the image of the earth. We might have a basketball, we'll have an apple, and we'll have the rock. And we're just going to have them all appear. Now, right now, as you can see, they're quite large. You can resize an image by clicking on it, rest your pointer on the 3 lines, and then click the pencil. And then you have the option to scale it way down. So I'm just going to do that for all of them. That way, we'll be able to have everything in the size that we need it. And you can also move things as well, just simply by clicking and dragging them. So once we have everything to the size that we want, what we're going to do next is we're going to demonstrate how to animate them. So that being said, we've got everything right where we want it to be. So then let's just say, for example, we want to have the different objects fall toward the center of the earth. This is where animation comes in handy. So to animate an object, what you would do is you would click on it, put your pointer on the 3 lines, and click the pencil. And then to animate, it's going to be the 3 rectangles that are on top of each other up toward the top left corner. What's going to happen is you're going to have a starting animation and an ending animation. So from here, what you're going to do is for the object that you're animating, you're going to click and drag it to where you want it to be when it starts. All right, so let's just say, for example, it's over here. And then the ending animation, you'll drag it to where you want it to go. Then you can also scale it as well. So let's say I want it to fall toward the center of the earth. I'm going to make it smaller. And then from here, click on Save Changes. So now if I were to preview it by hitting the play button, this is what it's going to look like. So now you can see that the object is falling toward the earth. So I might choose to do that for my other objects as well. I can also animate text if I want. Same way, you would have start and end. So if I wanted text to maybe start off from the left-hand side and then appear like this, that would be able to work as well. And so if I were to go ahead and hit play, now you can see that the text flies in. And if you wanted it to go faster, you would simply do less time for it to appear. So then it would look like this, and it's a bit faster. Now that being said, what you can also do is you can also add audio. So this is a really awesome multifaceted tool. To add audio, you would again go to the My Media tab. You would click on Record. Make sure that your playhead is where you want your audio to appear. And then from here, what you would do is either record for video, narrate for audio. I'm going to do narrate. And so then from here, I'm going to record. Gravity pulls objects toward the center of the earth. You would hit save. And then from here, it would automatically add the recording down here at the bottom. And so then we could hit play. Gravity pulls objects toward the center of the earth. In addition, you can add music by clicking on the audio tab. And so then from here, what you could do is you would put it into audio 1. You have the ability to turn the volume down or up. So I'm just going to turn it down here. And so this is what we have up to this point. Gravity pulls objects toward the center of the earth. And then finally, you have different transitions that you can use. So let's just say, for example, if I wanted it to do a cross mosaic between going from this background here to the earth, this is what that would look like. Gravity pulls objects toward the center of the earth. And then finally, students would be able to hit finish, and then they could send it to Google Drive by clicking on the Google Drive option. And then from here, click export. The video would automatically save to Google Drive.